Now, you can introduce more variations to your volume, identifying the floors. For now, the system cannot make a difference between the first and the last floor of the even and the odd floors. And now we're going to solve that. That is using variables in your loop. Let's define a variable in my loop that will be floor ID. Okay? This is my variable. And I will initialize my variable in 0, and then I will use an incremental variable in each cycle of the loop. That is saying that the expression that defines this variable will be floor ID plus 1. That is, in each cycle in my loop, floor ID will have an incremental value that will identify the floor. So here inside my function, my loop function, I again add the variable floor ID, and then I will say here I'm going to say here I will say if, and then I will add an expression here floor ID using the JavaScript syntax, the residue of division. 2 is not equal to 0, or that is that floor ID is an odd number, then rename as north, else rename as south. The result of that will be this. Now I have one level. Let me first, I will deactivate this. Now you have one floor named as south and the other floor named as north. And in that way, I can make different operations for the even and the odd floors. For example, if I, in this extrude, first I'm going to add a bottom. Yes. Let's say this will be named as ceiling. And my caps, I will rename it as roof. Okay. This will be my even floors. Now for the odd floors here, I will select south, and then I make an inset of, I will say, 3 units, and then in the result I'm gonna make an extrusion of floor height, and in the sides of that extrusion I'm going to do these panels. These sides will be invisible, and this will be my result now. Now I have an alternation of floors with balconies, etc., and some floors just with glasses. This is another way to make different, to make variations in your volume. If I say it here, choose, this would be one choice. The second, this will be one. And this will be the other. And now I have variation. That's it. So again, I should also identify the last floor in order to make an operations in the roof. Okay, I'll say here before this, I'll say if, again an expression, floor ID. First, I have to bring in the floor level, the floor number. I have to bring it in. Let me define it inside floor number, and I'm going to bring it from the outside. It's the same name, floor number, and then I say if floor ID equal to floor number, then I will rename as east, else the rest of the renames. Let's see the result. Let me disable this part. As you can see, the problem is that I have to initiate my variable as 1, not as 0, and then let's see now I have my top floor identifier. The only thing I have to do is to make a different operation for my last floor. Till this, I will copy this, will copy this part. Then I will select here East. The rest will be for here. In my East floor, I'm going to make these operations. The sides will be the same. The bottom will be the same, but my cap, now I will make an extrusion of 2 units. The sides will be renamed as wall. And in the cap, I'm gonna make an inset of 1 unit. And in the result, I will make another extrusion of minus 1 unit. The sides of this will be wall. Also the size of this, and the cap of this will be roof. And this is the result. Now I have in my top floor the correct operation for the roof. Now I'm going to add some more interesting modifications. Here, I'm going to add another variable in my loop that will be angle. My angle also will be an incremental variable of, I will start it in 0 and I will say will be angle plus 3. Here, I'm going to define angle again. And then in my loop, I will add this tool. The out will be renamed as invisible, and the in will be to my loop. And now I'm going to, in my angle variable, I will put the variable angle. Let's see the result of this. First, I'm going to disable this part. As you can see now, I have a rotation on my floors, but I think they're not quite what I want. I think it must be here. Okay. This is the optimal result. Now, as you can see, I have a uniform rotation in my floors. I can now use my operations in those floors. and see how interesting it can be create buildings with such an interesting volumes, rotations, etc. using loop functions for your buildings. Now I'm going to enable all the variations for this building. One variation could be to rotate, or not, that is going directly here without rotating. And I'm going to add a low level. I'm going to import my low level from the previous lesson, from the cut building lesson. This is my low level. I'm going here. And let's see the result of this. Okay, as you can see, a level is missing here. That is why in the loop operation, first you make your extrude and then you make the rest of the operations. The solution for that is instead of in addition of go through the loop operation, you also make your floor here. This is one solution, and I will tell you the other. Doesn't work correctly. The other solution, I think is better, is to perform an extrude of minus, I use an expression here, minus floor H, and in this cap you perform your loop, and the size will be invisible, and this cap I will rename it as walk on roof. And now this must fix the problem. Okay. Now I have to add details in these parts, the balconies. I have to add details there. This is the south part of my extrude. Here, I'm going to add south, and I'm going to do the same operation as usual. I'm going to add 2 columns. Point 2. Point 2 units. This will be wall in wall, in wall. In wall. Then select south and have another cut. This time the top of the door, 0.5 from the top of the floor. Then one center cut, I would say 2 units width for the door, one cut, adjust by secondary. My levels will be south for the door, and the secondary will be glass. Arrange my edges. This will be interior wall. And now let me import my balcony door. This is it. Select south. In south, I'm going to put my balcony door. And in glass, I'm going to first make one cut. Of 1 meter, 1 unit. Arranging my edges. Let me fix the parameters here. And then here I'm going to make an inset of 0.05. This is the glass panels. In the result, I'm going to make an extrude of minus 0.05. This cap, I will rename it as glass. On the sides, I will rename it as carpenter. And my result will be this. Now I have my balconies with doors and rails. And some facade solution for the rest with the low level. What I'm going to do now is to use this building into a scene. I'm going to transform this into a function. This will be the building. I will activate my variables and delete it from the outside. I will have to redefine this one. Is it? Oh no, it's okay. I have to delete it, the variables from the outside, in order to make use the 1 seed each for this function. And now I'm going to use this variation that I have prepared here. This is my scene. I will select the label south, and then I'm going to rename it to avoiding conflicts, because inside the function I have selected other label named South. I'm using here another label. Let's put concrete for the sidewalks. I will add an inset to make a offset between buildings of 3 units. Okay, and then in the result I'm going to put my building, my sides. I will rename it as concrete, and then my result will be this. As you can see, the variation of your building start to appear, sometimes rotating, alternating type of levels. This is a good way to make interesting volumes for your buildings. Always keep in mind that some buildings need more space to develop the geometry than others. And with this, we end this lesson. I hope that it will be useful in your future experience with Threedee. Thank you.